Welcome back to Nerd Noob Gaming, where I am the Nerd Noob, and this is Urza UI, where AI generates magic cards. Alright, we're back with the first card, which is Treacherous Brothers. 2 and a black for a 2/3 creature human warrior that reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. His reward is not as great as otherworldly ambitions. Alright, so we have here a card that looks like the Treacherous Brother right here in the center. He's leaving like some sort of slum area, and it looks like he may have a decent amount of loot with him. So who knows what treacherous things he may have done. I don't know if I really I mean, this card is a little bit rough. It's 2/3 for a 2. I mean, it's 3 mana for a 2/3 that loses you 1 life a turn. It's a human, at least a human warrior. That could be useful in some regards, but overall I just do not see this being that good. Let's go move on to the next one. How about it? Alright, so I'm trying something a little bit different, and I got inspired by the flavor text of the last card, and I made it into a new card. A little bit of the flavor text said otherworldly ambitions, so I wonder what that would look like as a magic card. Well, here we have it. Otherworldly ambitions. 1 and 2 blue for a 1/4 creature. Eldrazi Quell? I don't know what that is. Maybe it's an Eldrazi of some sort. Maybe it's in the same category. It's more specific. That reads, pay 2 and a blue. Exile the top card from your library. You may put a creature card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. And then it has flavor text that reads, 1 that won't die in the roughs. Hand or a swarm is a rift. A mysterious elder or Zendikari's great weighty lord. That felt a little bit weird. Maybe I'm reading it wrong here. So, yeah, that's a little weird. And even the ability is kind of weird. Exile the top card of your library. You may put a creature card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Okay, so you're completely getting rid of the top card of your library to take a card from your graveyard and shove on the bottom of your library. I don't see that being ever used ever used at all. The art is weird. I don't like it. It's a 3 mana 1/4. I don't like it. I don't like hardly anything about it. I mean, if it was a 1 mana 1/4, 2 mana 1/4, maybe it would get a lot of play. Maybe. I don't know. You tell me if you would play this. I don't know what an Eldrazi Quell is, but let's see. Let's see for our next one. We may take some inspiration from this flavor text and see what it gives us. So here we have it, folks. We have Great Weighty Lord. 3 and 2 black for a 4/3 creature zombie that reads, when Great Weighty Lord enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. And it has the flavor text that reads, his first body and spirit became lost to the glory of death. I think the art is okay. I mean, especially for, AI. Look at that. You could definitely tell that's a zombie of some sort. But, maybe not up to Magic standards 100%. But look at this. I mean, overall, this card looks like it's very playable. a 3 and 2 black for a 4/3. That's a little bit undervalued, but then you also get a card from your graveyard to your hand. So if you have some decent cards in your graveyard, this is definitely valuable. Which, you know, after 5 mana, after you have 5 mana, that's pretty likely that you'll have something in there. Yeah, I'd actually see that you could play this. Creature, zombie. Zombie type's a good type. I actually like this. And for our next card, we should take some inspiration from this card. I'm thinking, what about a card named The Glory of Death? I wonder what that would look like. Well, stay tuned. Okay, here we have it, folks. We have the Glory of Death. 4 and a black for an enchantment that reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, each player loses 1 life. And it has the flavor text that reads, each day, the master searches for the lost souls of those he studied the most. Okay, I love the art on this one. I think this is probably the best art I have seen yet. Of course, you know, enchantments and something vague is like the Glory of Death, which isn't a creature, is much easier to have be abstract, which is way better for the AI. But even though I love this card and I think this is an actual card, it's not. It's a little bit too expensive for what it does. I wish it. I feel like we already have cards that do this sort of thing in Magic, and I think they might be a little bit cheaper on the mana front. Turn 5 to get this down. I mean, at the best, that's gonna be a little bit rough. But I love the art. Just look at this artwork. Second to none on the art. I don't think you can get too much better. And we had to take something from this. Alright, so each day, the master searches for the lost souls of those he had studied the most. Well, I'm kind of curious. Who is the master? Well, stay tuned. And I wonder what color card he will be. Alright, here we are. The master is a 1 and a blue for a 1/1 human wizard creature that reads, tap, add 1 colorless mana, and it has the flavor text that reads, the best technicians in the country. Okay, I don't really like the flavor text on this, but the artwork is pretty awesome. The ability of this is interesting as well. 1 and a blue 1/1 that taps for colorless. I mean, yeah, they always have green cards that tap for a forest, you know, a forest, but blue doesn't get that much love, and I think this would see play. I think this would see play in a lot of different blue splashed decks. It's a human wizard. Humans are great. Mostly white be the color you would see a human deck, but this is a decent card. I like the art of it, that beautiful city over there, and then you see the city basically like dividing in this valley that leads up to a giant volcano. This is a weird landscape. You see like pillars on each side of it. And then you just see this one man. I'm assuming it's a man in robes looking forward, walking. I'm assuming that man is the master. And he's walking through the city. And it looks like the city is either built with the split in it intentionally for this view, or maybe that chaos is just ripping through the city. And the master is here, either causing it or trying to fix it. So what can we take from this? What can we take from this? Well, it doesn't give us much flavor text. We might have to just start anew and make another textless nameless card. I wish I had some awesome commenters to give me some ideas for what cards they would like to see. And maybe we should next time have some list of cards that I want to produce and see what they are. But let's go generate a new card and see what we can get from there. Okay, here we have it. We have Wandering Ghoul, which is a 1 and a black 2/2 creature zombie that reads, pay 2 and a black, sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature. And its flavor text is very simply, it ascended. Honestly, this card is pretty decent. 2 mana for a 2/2 that has a decent ability that is used. And it's a zombie. And the main reason why this ability will be used is, especially in the most recent zombie decks that we've seen Decay become a thing. Well, those zombies are very sacrificable. And for this to sacrifice something like a decayed zombie or any other token zombie and then destroy a target creature, you're just wiping the enemy's board left and right with these tokens that you're just creating. Sacrifice a creature, destroy a target creature. Yeah, it's 3 mana, but every 3 mana you destroy a creature. So they don't want to play anything more valuable than 3 mana because you are gaining that mana value every time you destroy with this. I also want to point out the artwork here. The artwork is always a little bit like a little bit on the abstract side, and you have to make of it what you will. But I love the artwork. I think the artwork and the lore of the Magic card is the most important thing, you know. I mean, yeah, the stats, and stats are what's going to make me put it into my deck, right? I want to win, especially whenever I'm playing like Arena, but or I want to have some fun with it, so stats matter for that too. But at the end of the day, whenever I'm looking over cards and collecting cards, I like the artwork. I like the I like the flavor text, and we see this art, and I kind of like this guy. And he looks like, I'm guessing he's like a headless shambling ghoul here, and then you have like a woman in a wedding dress or something white and flowing behind him, leaning back. And then you have some like little black spirit following them, and they look to be like they're in a graveyard or something on a nice autumn day for some reason. It's daytime and a nice autumn day. I'm thinking, like, the more I look at it, I almost see his bow tie. Like maybe he has like a little bow tie and some rotting wedding clothes, and then this woman ghoul in the background is wearing a wedding dress. And then there's some like black spirit that's following them. I don't know. Maybe the black spirit was like the flower best man or something like the flower baron or ring baron, something like that. You know, it's just something to think about. I really like the art. What am I gonna do from here? Well, I only have 2 words to choose from. I could do Ascended, and I think I might do Ascended. What do you think of Ascended? Okay, so here we have it. Ascended. A 2 and a white enchantment that reads, white creatures get +1/+1. And flavor text that reads, one must be set free. Remind me again why I'm not allowed to cast the captivating phrase. Okay, so the flavor text is a little bit weird. Apparently, it's from another quote, which is maybe that's the book. We're gonna say that's the title of this book that it's from, and the quote is "One must be set free." And we have beautiful artwork, very beautiful artwork. I wanted to save it, almost. Like, this beautiful artwork is. I'm thinking it's one of 2 things, and I'm looking at it again, and you may tell me what you see, and I'm going to tell you I see 2 things. I see over here, I see a person like crisscrossed applesauce, setting crisscross applesauce, or however you want to say it, and this is their head, and you go around and they're like holding something gold, and the sun is setting behind them, and it's just echoing off of like the area that's near them. But then the other thing I see, which was a little bit what I saw first, and then it kind of faded away, was this is their shoulders going up, and then their head is being like opened up, and this giant light, the sunlight, is like blasting out of the back of their head, or maybe the front of their head, and it arches around the whole head, and it's just head and shoulders, and their like mind is like illuminating the land around them. I don't know. I love this artwork. I mean, yeah, maybe Magic wouldn't put this artwork on a card, but then again, it's pretty good. So white creatures get +1/+1 for 3 mana. I think this is a pretty playable card. I'd play this. I'd play this in a white deck, like a white weenie deck too. Like this would be very good in a white weenie deck. You play this down, and then every single one of your cheap white cards are just getting +1/+1. Not bad whatsoever. I mean, of course you want more creatures, but this increases the creature's power. And the flavor text is a little bit better now that I'm thinking of it as the quote is being from a book that's called "Remind Me Again Why I'm Not Allowed to Cast the Captivating Phrase." I think I'd read that book. What about you? Here it is, the Captivating Phrase. It is a 1 in a blue instant that reads, tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. And then it has the flavor text that reads, the shouting words of the commanders are cut short. Our proud and trusted garrison has sailed for home. So looking over this artwork, well, it's a little bit lackluster. I just like to imagine maybe it's like some sort of language I don't know carved into like the landscape of this crazy place, and it has such a captivating phrase. That is the shouting words of the commander. Maybe they're the last words he had said. That's why they were cut short, and that's why they were so captivating. And I do think that it matches the flavor of the name. The name is Captivating Phrase. Well, whenever you cast Captivating Phrase towards a target creature, you target a creature and it doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. I feel like this card is already out there, but I like the flavor. You know, you captivated that creature into not attacking you. By using your words, you're using the captivating phrase to stop it from beating you up. You know, I usually just beg for, don't beat me up, but you know, maybe he had something much more captivating. You tell me. So, let's see here. I wonder what we could do. We could probably do our proud and trusted garrison. Maybe proud and trusted garrison. I think we want to know, why did he sell for home? What is with this garrison? Huh? What? I don't know. Maybe I'll know more whenever I see it on a card. And that card will be the next card. So we'll see you whenever that card is generated. Oh, and would you look at this? AI is getting better every single day. I am amazed. I'm amazed at this. I think this could be a actual Magic card. Maybe the slightest touch-ups, but even then, it it could be something. The artwork is great. This is what I think of whenever I think of my proud and trusted garrison. And we have here proud and trusted garrison, which is a 2 and a white 2/2 creature. Okay, human garrison. That's a little wonky. Creature human garrison that reads, pay 1 and a white, tap target creature. And it has the flavor text that reads, his shadow grew wings. The legion's past became his future. Okay, there's some little bit of, flavor text weirdness. It's 3 mana for a 2/2 that you had to pay 2 mana, tap it to tap target creature. I don't see this getting many play. I mean, humans could be good, and it is white where most human decks are. Maybe you might shove it in your commander human deck, but at the same time, there's so many humans to pick from. Why would you pick this one? I don't know. Maybe you like the art like I do. It looks like Albert Einstein. It looks like a proud and trusted garrison. Maybe Albert Einstein with better hair, but we can't see his hair. Maybe he does have a nice coat to him, like a maybe he's wearing a robe. He looks like the type of man who smokes a pipe. I don't know. You tell me. I like his eyes. I like the art. I'm just pretty excited. His shadow grew wings. The legion's past became his future. So, the legion. His future. His shadow grew wings. Grew wings. His shadow. They don't really give me a lot to work with here. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking that maybe we go with the Legion. We're going to figure out what Legion he was a part of next. So I'm just thinking while this card is forging, and I'm thinking the Legion's past. The Legion's past will become his future. That garrison, he left sailing on a boat. He left sailing on a boat, so he left his Legion behind. He probably left them to die. Meaning that the Legion died, and the Legion's past, which was in the past, they died, is his future. He's going to die. The proud garrison is going to die. Oh no, I just got it. That's why he sailed away. He didn't want to die an inevitable death on the battlefield or whatever. He left. Maybe he just was scared and he took all the stuff with him, or he was so proud and he couldn't be there fighting with an average soldier. He left and died. He let them die, and then he dies later as he leaves them because the Legion's past is his future. Oof. Well, here we have the Legion that the proud garrison came from, and he left behind, and these people sadly died. It is the Legion, a 2 and a white 2/2 creature human soldier, or multiple in this case, that reads, when the Legion enters the battlefield, exile target creature from a graveyard. Each other creature you control with power 4 or less gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And it has the flavor text that says, you were not trained to fight the Legions. If you do, you will die. Oh, even the card's text reminds you of the proud garrison, of the trusted and proud garrison, because when Legion enters the battlefield, which he's going to enter the battlefield, that's where he's going to die at, because he's only a 2/2, 3 mana 2/2, probably going to die. He exiles target creature card from your graveyard, which is like kind of exiling the garrison. The proud and trusted garrison gets exiled, and his future is this Legion's past, which is death. But at least this Legion puts up such a good fight. It may not put a fight up for long, but it does put up a good fight because it says maybe some captivating phrase that boosts everybody. As soon as it enters the field, it's going to say something captivating to boost up the power of its creatures with power 4 or less by +1/+1 until end of turn. You were not trained to fight the legions. If you do, you will die. Well, sadly, something did take on these legions. And something very much is going to take on the proud and trusted garrison. I love this art too. You have a bunch of soldiers in the background on a flowery field. Maybe a little bit of water in that little creek. Maybe that's just some barren grass, and you have in the background the walls and stuff that they're trying to maybe protect. Maybe that's the thing that they're trying to invade. Well, I think the AI really did put together a story for us. We just had to unravel it. And if you want to come next time and watch and experience with me the stories that we can get from these AI as we pull more information from the cards than we probably should. Subscribe and ring that bell. Tell your friends. And I'll see you next time. Peace.